So sometimes I wonder if my prayers of offering are too specific, and I've I think let the concept of offering in over the last couple of years and noticed enormous positive changes. But at this point, it's almost like, for example, I've been incubating and started a business a couple of years ago, and I'm very much still in the early stages where nothing's a sure bet, and I get curveballs all the time, and it's a lot of fun in general, but I have worries about it too. So, for example, if I have an offering prayer that sounds something like, the path to success for this business is already written and I will be guided through it easily and effortlessly. Sometimes I wonder if what I really need to be saying is reframing that to leave room for the business to actually fail,
Yes.
which I'm terrified of.
Yes.
But maybe that's the highest.
That's brilliant. And I so forgot to talk about this part. Because this is the thing, this is why this is not affirmations. Not that there's anything wrong with affirmations, but when you're really dealing with the divine will, it's exactly what you said. It's not saying, I'm calling this in now for this. Somebody wrote me once and she said, oh, I love what you're doing with Change Me prayers. I'm now doing Change Me prayers that say, change me into somebody who can receive $1 million. And I'm like, no, this is why I don't want to write this book. It's like, no, people are going to do that kind of thing with it. But it's what you said. It's like, what you really need the experience of is change me into somebody who feels abundant no matter what the hell I have. That's the thing, is it's a culture that's so saying, if only I have a partner, I'll feel complete. If only I have X amount of dollars, I'll feel secure. Well, I spent all these years giving readings to some people who had more money than God, who didn't feel secure because they were always worried about losing their money. Because that's not what gives the abundance. It's just what you said. It's when I was starting today and I was saying, it's actually beginning to invite in the experience that no matter what the external conditions are, you are abundant. Then you can actually say, like if I did a Change Me prayer on a business, well, I'll give you an example. Like when we just, I just signed the book deal for what you're seeing now and for the Change Me prayer book. And, somebody was saying to me at the time, she said, oh, well, you should write down exactly, how you'd like the deal to go, and what you had like this whole thing. And I'm like going, are you insane? That's like, no. I'm basically saying to God, if these books belong to you, if you want these books, the people anywhere in the world that are meant to have these books are going to have them because they are yours. If this is the book publisher that you want that will do that, and this is your will, it's yours. If it isn't, if you only want 40 more people for the rest of my life to read these books, that's not really my business to tell you it needs to be different. Do you see what I mean? So it's really that subtle place that you're describing where that the offering isn't turned into a new way to dictate to God what has to happen, and you're actually saying, this is yours now. And that is scary to do with the deepest desires unless you're in a place of abundance. And if you're in a place of abundance, you're like, you know what? That doesn't have to come that way because you're one with God's abundance and God can bring you that 100 different ways. It doesn't need to happen through that one small business. You could win the lottery tomorrow. You could, anything could happen. It's really moving into that place of divine source. So, and that's what we're not taught to do. We're like, that person's my source, that job's my source, that business is my source. As soon as you're not in that and you're saying, God's the source, God can use anything, then it's not so scary to invite that.
Thank you.
That's great. You guys are bringing up all the pieces I keep forgetting to bring up.